What is going on, everybody? WeedleTwineedle here, and we are back again with an Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon Wi-Fi battle, and this one's going to be a PE Wi-Fi battle versus Marshall. Now, I had this battle nearly 2 months ago, so I apologize if this battle is a little bit foggy in my memory, but this battle took place before Minior was banned from PU, so before you guys are like, but Minior is PUBL,
Minior is banned. This is a PU battle. Minior is NU.
That is why, people, okay? So, I had some constructive criticism from one of my recent videos that said I do talk a little bit too fast for some people to understand, so I'm going to try to slow down my speech a little bit so I can say my words a little bit clearly, because I do have like so many thoughts in my head that I just speak way too quickly. So it's some criticism I had in my recent video that I, narrated, so I'm going to try to slow down my narration a little bit, and hopefully it doesn't bother too many of you guys. So let's just get into this battle against Marshall. And now I was anticipating my opponent to lead off with the Mesprit or the Clefairy, so I let off my Shaniqua, because, Lilligan can dance, okay? My opponent's gonna lead off with the Galleon here, the Clefairy, because he's just using Cancer Fairy, the very gay Clefairy. So, I'm not sure if that name was intentional, but hey, Cancer Fairy is very gay, so yeah, that makes sense. I go for the Specs Petal Dance, because Specs Petal Dance, people, it hits very, very hard. My opponent was anticipating me to be a Quiver Dance variant, but no, I'm not using no standard Lilligans, and I'm using Specs Petal Dance Lilligan, which is now a Smogon set, which is kind of unfortunate, but hey. I used it before it became a Smogon set, so whatever. I'm gonna go for the Petal Dance here onto the Lone Sand Slash, as it does do a very nice chunk of damage considering it does resist the attack, and is likely specially defensive, because I know a lot of Lone Sand Slashes run specially defensive EVs. I could be wrong on that assumption, but my opponent's gonna go for the Stealth Rocks here with his Lone Sand Slash. As I am locked in here, I'm gonna go for another Petal Dance here. My opponent doesn't know I'm locked in, because Petal Dance does not confuse Lilligan because of own tempo, so that's something you should keep in mind. But now, since I went for my third Petal Dance, I can now switch out, so I'm not going to get hit by an Icicle Crash because I need this Lilligan alive for the Gastro on my opponent's team. So I'm going to bring in Godofisimal, the Hitmonchan, expecting the Icicle Crash, as my opponent does go for the Icicle Crash. And we know the Lone Sand Slash is the Stealth Rocker, which tells us the Mesprit is actually a useful and scary moveset, because for some reason, a lot of PU players run the Colbur U-Turn Healing Wish Psychic set with Stealth Rocks, which I know is a really, safe Stealth Rocking set, but it pretty much makes Mesprit useless. Or not useless, but it doesn't make it as threatening as it could be. So my opponent's going to bring out the Mespresso here, and since he's not Stealth Rocks, I'm actually really, really afraid of what this Mesprit wants to do. I am going to anticipate the Psychic type attack here, because that's pretty much what Mesprits do. So I'm going to switch out of my Hitmonchan and bring in my Meowmix here, my Meowstic expecting Psychic. As you do see the Psychic come out for Mesprit, so he's going to go for Psychic here, do a very nice chunk of damage, considering I am max HP on my Meowstic, and it does outspeed my Meowstic here, which tells me he's actually Scarf Mesprit, which is a little more useful than the Colbur Mesprit in my opinion. Having a Scarf Psychic from a base 105 special attack is pretty nice to have in the PU tier. I'm going to go for the Calm Mind here with my Meowstic here to increase my offense just a little tiny bit, as my opponent's going to be a little afraid of this Meowstic because I'm pretty much using Mesprit as setup fodder. My opponent's going to bring out the Dick Pinch here, the Pinsir. Freaking Hayden has innovated the nicknames. He's literally a trendsetter. Hayden is a trendsetter. I've seen every Pinsir be nicknamed Dick Pinch since Gen 4. Like, I swear to God, Hayden. See what you did, Hayden. See what you did. But we know Pinsir is not Choice Scarf because the Mesprit's Choice Scarf, though we could have ran Double Scarf. I'm going to go for Double Barrier here. My opponent's going to go for the X-Skizzer. Inactivate our weakness policy. So now we are actually at +3 special attack, +2 attack, and many other more stat boosts. So now our start power is going to obliterate something. My opponent's going to sack off his Lone Sand Slash, which is perfectly fine with me because that means no Stealth Rocks for me to deal with, and no Stealth Rocks on the field is very, very nice for me because Stealth Rocks are just anti-fun to play against. So down goes the Lone Sand Slash. Is now my opponent's going to bring back out his Mespresso, the Mesprit yet again. And we know he's Scarf Mesprit, so sadly the Meowstic weakness policy sweep is not going to happen, though we've done that like a million times, so yeah, it's not too big of a deal. Down goes our Mespresso, or down goes our Meowstic to the Mespresso, as now we're going to bring in Frogfucius here, the Frogadier, and since we do resist Ice Beam, I know I'm going to force my opponent out. He's going to bring out his Galleon here, the Clefairy, as I just go for my very skillful Toxic Spikes, because Toxic Spikes allow me to poison Gastrodon, poison Pinsir, and it's just nice to have Toxic Spikes up on the opponent's side of the field, because he has no method of removing the Toxic Spikes now, so I'm just going to go for the Toxic Spikes. Now I'm going to anticipate my opponent to go for soft-boiled here, so I'm going to bring out my Melody, my Chatot, as my opponent does go for the soft-boiled, which is very nice for me because I can use this Clefairy as setup fodder for my Chatot right here. My legit shiny Chatot that I did breed back in X and Y. So I'm actually going to go for my Z move here. So you guys are probably like, going to go for Z Boom Burst, right? Because Z Boom Burst will hit the Clefairy very hard. But no, we're going to take a meme on this channel and turn it into a Z move. We're going to go for the Z Encore Y to increase my speed stat a little bit and allow me to use this Clefairy as setup fodder. So that is why I brought in Chatot on the Clefairy, so I can encore him into soft boiled and then use him as setup fodder. This is actually a pretty standard moveset on Chatot. I do believe it is on Smogon, so yeah, I'm just assuming it's a standard set on Chatot because I know I got the Z Encore idea from somebody else. It is not my own moveset. I know WeedleTwineedle has run out of ideas using Smogon sets. Shut up, Neve. Anyways, gonna go for the Nasty Pot here with my Chatot to use the Clefairy setup fodder further. He's gonna bring on his Gastrodon, his Cucumber. It kind of looks like a cucumber, but not really, but I guess it's green, so I guess it makes sense. Gonna go for the Boom Boost here at +2 special attack with my Chatot, as unfortunately Gastrodon lives at a sliver of HP. It is able to go for a not +2 surf. We're just gonna go for a neutral surf against my Chatot, do a little over half damage to my Chatot, which is fine because we're still at +2 special attack and +1 speed, and I do not believe any Pokemon on his team carry priority moves, so Chatot is still looking pretty threatening for my opponent to deal with. Down goes the Gastrodon to the Boom Burst. It is now my opponent's going to bring out his Clefairy here, the Galleon. And I do outspeed the Pinsir, so even if he was Scarf Pinsir, which we know he's not because my Meowstic outspeed him, he couldn't use that to revenge kill me. Is now I'm going to go for another Boomer, set +2 special attack, and do a lot of damage to the Clefairy. My opponent's forced to break Clefairy to Thunder Wave me so he can revenge kill me, which, you know, is really good because we're able to weaken his Wall Core and Gastrodon and Clefairy. And now I go for an odd flex play. I just go for the Encore just to lock him into Thunder Wave, just to do it. I really had no reason to go for Encore at all because I could have been fully paralyzed there, but I lock him into Thunder Wave just to do it. And since I'm paralyzed, I'm not going to bother going for a second nasty play. I just did that for an odd flex play. Weird flex. And down goes the Clefairy to the +2 Boom Burst. So Clefairy goes down. That's really good because Clefairy is just really annoying to face in the PU tier. In comes the Deck Pinch here, the Pinsir. Very original Hayden nickname right there. As now we're going to get knocked out by a Z move here. My opponent's going to flex on me, which tells me he is the Rock Z move. So my opponent's going to overkill me here with the Rock Z move with this Pinsir. I don't know why he did this. I guess he didn't think X Scissor would kill me or something. So he's going to go for the Continental, crush that like button, and make that giant, you know, rock formation above my head. My poor Chatot's going to be flattened like a pancake. Poor Chatot. And Chatot's going to go down to the Continental Crush. So down goes Melody, but Melody did a lot of work in this battle. So I'm very proud of you, Melody. You did very good work. Good job, Chatot. But now, Pinsir's going to get a Moxie boost, which is pretty frustrating, but hey, shout out to Marcos. I love you, Marcos. If you're watching this video, Moxie boosted. Gonna bring in my shit horse here. YouTube, please don't demonetize me. I need to earn money on this video, please. Anyways, gonna go for the Sword Stance here, so it tells us the Pinsir is a Sword Stance Rocky MZ variant. I didn't expect that, so I just go for Heavy Slam, but I need this Mudstail alive because my opponent still has Minior in the back, and since he's playing it smart, he's saving a Shell Smash Sweeper for late game, and so I need to save my Mudstail's health bar for later on in the game, so I'm gonna switch out of my Mudstail here and bring in Shakira as Death Fodder, expecting X-Skizzer as my opponent's gonna go for the X-Skizzer onto my Lilligant, and down goes Shakira. So Shakira's gonna go down, but hey, we gotta use Pedal Dance a little bit, shake her hips, and that's all that matters with the Shakira. So Pinsir's now at +4 attack, and then I realized something, that I have nothing else on my team that can outspeed Pinsir, so I'm actually going to choose to bring back out my shit horse here because I'm pretty sure I can live any attack. Actually, Frogadier could have outsped him. What am I doing? I'm really bad at this game, I'm sorry, but yeah, we actually take the X-Scissor. Surprisingly, we live at red HP, and now we're going to nom 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 on our very balanced Poppy Berry. I'm pretty sure we're Poppy, right? Yes, we are Poppy Berry. We're gonna go for the Heavy Slam here and knock out the Pinsir. I could have just brought out my Frogfucius. I forgot how fast Frogadier actually is, so I did choke here by letting my Frogfucius by letting my Mudstail get weakened, but it's not a big deal because we still have Poppy Berry to heal our health, so that's not too big of a deal. But now I'm going to switch out of my Mudstail here, expecting the Ice Beam. We're going to bring out Gotta Fist and Maul, because we are Assault Vest Hitmonchan, I'm pretty sure. My opponent actually predicts me to switch out, goes for Psychic, though Psychic hits the rest of the Pokemon on my team, so it makes sense to go for that. Down goes my Hitmonchan to the Psychic, which is fine, as now I'm going to bring out my Frogfucius here. Now, I actually make a move here that I should not have made. I'm actually just going to allow the opponent to go for Psychic. Now, the reason why I say that, it'll make sense in a little bit. Psychic's going to bring me down to 6 HP, so now I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse. I probably shouldn't run Dark Pulse on Frogadier because he has a lot of other options with the Protean set, but we actually lives the Dark Pulse at no HP, and Psychic does not hit me because he's Scarf Psychic, so we can't switch up moves. Gonna go for the Dark Pulse here and just knock out the Scarf Mesprit. So down goes Scarf Mesprit to the Dark Pulse, and this is what I mean when I said I made the wrong move here, because I do have a move on my Frogfucius for the Shooting Star, the Minior right here. So he's gonna activate Shields down, turn into the Turd form. That's what I'm gonna call it. He's gonna turn into the Turd form. Now, I have Snatch on my Frogadier. Now, Snatch is a priority move. If I went for Snatch against Mesprit, I would have been immune to the Psychic, but I wanted to save Snatch for this Minior. I wanted to save Snatch for this Minior, so I can Snatch his Shell Smash, Snatch his Weave right here, and I have Snatch just because there's so many Shell Smashers in PU, or at the time there's Minior, there's Caracosta, there's Turtonator, and there's Omastar. There's so many Shell Smashers in PU, so that is why I have Snatch on my Frogadier. Ice Beam's going to annihilate this Minior at +2 special attack, and down goes the Minior to the +2 Ice Beam. So the reason why I said I went for the wrong move against Mesprit is because if I went for the Snatch, I would have been immune to Psychic, and I would have pretty much gotten a guaranteed win 100%. But if my opponent played it smart, swapped out Mesprit for late game, and then brought it out versus my Frogadier after I switched my typing, he actually would have been able to sweep me late game with Scarf Psychic. But if I went for Snatch, that option would not have been there, which is why I said I went for the wrong move there. But hey, I went for the Flex play late game with Snatching Shell Smash, which is all that matters, people. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this very close and intense PU battle versus Marshall. If you guys enjoy this PU battle, please be sure to leave a like on the video. It really helps me out. It helps out my channel in the dead era of Pokemon, keeps my channel relevant, and tickles YouTube's algorithm, which is very, very nice. So please be sure to leave a like on the video. I really, really much appreciate it. And yeah, the question of the day is going to be, which Pokemon in the PU tier do you think should be banned, or you just find to be the most annoying to face against in general, and you don't think it should be banned, but you just hate facing against it? Let me know in the comments down below which Pokemon in the PU tier you just don't like facing against, and you're just like, ugh,
for crying out loud,
when you see it in team preview. Now, me personally, I have 2 Pokemon that fit this criteria. And you're probably thinking Mesprit's one of them, right, Weedle?
Nope.
Believe it or not, I don't think Mesprit's broken. Like, you guys are probably like, Mesprit's broken, it's super broken, but you guys are only saying that because you see it in every PU battle. But it's just like Landorus T, where Landorus T isn't broken. You're just so sick of seeing it, so you're like, Landorus is broken, Landorus should be banned, man. When it's really Ash Greninja should be banned, but that's besides the point. But yeah, Landorus T and Mesprit, they're kind of like the same thing. They're a safe Pokemon that you can just fit on every team. It learns Stealth Rocks, it learns U-Turn. Like, you guys are seeing the connections. They're both legendaries. Mesprit's way cuter, but like, yeah, there's the connection there. Mesprit can run like a bunch of sets just like Landorus, but it's not broken. Like, I don't see Mesprit from team preview and I'm like, fuck, I lose to that. I don't think Mesprit's too broken, but the Pokemon who I do think are broken, Lilligant is the main one. Lilligant right now is, let me check real quick. Lilligant's now S rank in the PU viability rankings, which speaks volumes because the Smogon tryhards are acknowledging just how strong it is to put it in S rank next to Mesprit. Like, wow, that speaks volumes to how strong Lilligant is. And you know, it's true, because Lilligant can set up quiver dances against like half the tier. It puts your ass to sleep. If it can't set up against you, then it does set up against you, and then it just sweeps your ass unless you have like a really strong flying type like Oricorio, or like a really strong like fire type, which doesn't exist because they ban all the fire types. And the main counter to it is Oricorio, and do you guys know why? It's not because it's a flying type, it's because of its dancer ability. It literally copies Lilligant's quiver dances and then uses it itself, which is how it beats Lilligant 1v1. That's how it does it. And then, even then, Lilligant can probably still beat your ass by putting you to sleep. So it's just like, it's very, very strong. It's very, very, very strong. And I think it should be banned from PU. If not banned, then it's just one of the most annoying to face against. And my second choice is Girder, which some of you guys will probably disagree with, because it's like, it's an unevolved trash fighting type. Like, how could you possibly think Girder is broken? But it's because it can set up on pretty much everything that isn't Mesprit or Oricorio, and it sweeps you. Like, all of my meme teams just get destroyed by Girder. Like, literally every single one just gets freaking punched, drain punch, drain punch, drain punch, drain punch, drain punch, and you just die. That's just how it is. I'm rambling at this point. I apologize for that. Let me know in the comments down below which Pokemon in the PU tier do you think is the most annoying to face against and should potentially be banned from PU. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching till the end of the video. I love you all very, very much. And I'll check you guys in my next video.